YouTube, what's going on? Mike here. Oh man, what I will say, the first thing I'm gonna say is that tire change was so necessary. I mean, not only did it raise my ride height, but it just feels more stable. I mean, it just feels a whole lot better than what it was. Thinking about changing the front one. I tried to put my rim on. When I bought my rear one rim, I bought a pair, but the front rim doesn't fit this frame properly. So I tried to get it on there. It just didn't work out. So I put the 12-inch one back on. That's on there right now, and I'm gonna leave that on there until further notice, pretty much, until I don't feel like spending any more money and buying another rim. The next mod I am gonna do, and shout out to DJ Patron because he sent me the link for it, but I'm gonna do the rear headlight, and I gotta hit him up, let him know I'm gonna do it. But yeah, he'll see the video. I'm gonna get the rear headlight, the R6 headlight. So, what I did do was I changed the roller weights to 13 grams instead of the roller weights instead of sliders. I only had 14 gram Dr. Pulley sliders. I didn't have any other sliders yet, but I wanted to try the 13 gram because when I changed this tire, it seemed like my RPMs aren't getting up to what they should be for my max speed. But my max speed hasn't really changed at all, but the RPM just hasn't gone up much. So that's the reason why I'm really doing this little test ride, to see how the roller weights. So like I said, 13 grams are in there now. So I'm gonna start my little CVT tuning now, since I got this rear tire on, and I sit a lot higher, so that's what makes me want to do. Well, the front one, once I get a bigger rim and a bigger tire, it'll sit up higher in the front, but I'm not too worried about that right now. So that the brake that I got on here, the brake shoe, working out pretty good. I can't say I noticed a big difference, but it's definitely stopping, And what else did I do, or I'm gonna do? So yeah, like I said, the Yamaha R6 brake light. It was only $20 on eBay. All you gotta do is look up Yamaha rear tail light, and you'll see it. Now I don't know if it's the exact fit. It looks like it, but I'm taking that chance. So you guys will see if it'll fit, and you can get it for yours. Because I haven't seen anybody put it on there yet. So I didn't even really know about it till, like I said, somebody told me about it. And that's why I'm like, shout out to everybody who gives me information. That's why I try to share information myself. I realize it's kind of hard to see my RPM, especially with the camera like this, but I used to be able to get, like, when I'm doing 60, like 79 or 7,800 RPM. And I was getting to 55, 56, 67, but only doing like 69, 7,100 RPM. So I'm like, let me get my RPM up, see what that does. I haven't really noticed a big difference yet with the roller weights. It still seems kind of the same a little bit, but today was just a long day. Had a long day working, had a lot of jobs today, a lot of appliances I gotta fix for these people out here. But when you're essential, you gotta do it. You gotta go out here every single day. So Also too, I just filled up the gas tank, so I'm kind of monitoring what my mileage is, or you know, how many miles I get per tank, because you know, I really don't know at the moment. So yeah, my RPMs are definitely going up higher than they were before. Let's see, I'm at 55. So, and was doing, I didn't even get to 7,000 RPMs yet, at 55, so. But yeah, I can't stress enough. Getting a 140, 70, 13 on the rear is definitely a big deal. Well, I should have noticed, and I'm gonna do another video with me riding on it because it looks so much better with me on it. It just looks sitting up higher, you know? So I'm gonna do another video with that and do it a little better, because I looked it over, I kind of didn't like it. So if I got thumbs down on it, I didn't really mind. If I did, I didn't like it that much either. So, but you know, you kind of get an idea, you know. But like I said, I definitely look different on this one. Didn't really, I always say that, I didn't really intend to do a long video. I was actually just going to the store real quick. That's what I kind of use it for, you know, just making a little, I don't have to put mileage on my other vehicles. But I'm always tempted to come out and ride more or do a little motovlog. I did a nice little ride the other day, didn't do a, you know, didn't have my camera. I was just like, you know, sometimes you just want to ride and just not have to be worried about talking about anything. But then again too, I don't mind talking to you guys. It's cool, you know, people, it's crazy how people, I didn't expect people to really watch my videos like that, but I try to make it informative as possible, as well as, you know, just my take on things, my personal opinion, and just as somebody that does their own work to their own stuff, so I can kind of give you a real world experience of, you know, what I think. Like this bike in stock form, 50cc, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. A little slow, yeah, but if you do the big bore kit, it's definitely doable. I mean, definitely doable. I can't lie and say it's not, because doing 45 is awesome. Most people need if they're, you know, in a small town or heavily city area, you know. So, like, I have a lot of roads that are, I realize too, a lot 40, 45, and people go a lot faster than that. So, and two, like I said, I kind of messed up on the big bore kit myself. That was my fault, why the big bore kit failed. So it was in my mind, I'm like, you know what, I can either rebuild it or I can put a 150. And I feel like the 150 was more challenging because nobody on the internet shows exactly how they put a 150 on a Dongfeng, because there's people that have done it offline. Like, I'm part of the Facebook group called Chinese Project Scooters, and there's a lot of people who have the Dongfeng, but it was only like 2 people I saw that actually did that swapped the 150 themselves, and they're completely different. Like, none of them did it the same exact way. So that's the thing about this bike. You gotta kind of have you gotta think outside of the box as far as how you want to mount it up. But outside of that, once you got it, it works, you know, because you gotta account for a lot of things, you know, the ride height, how much. I really didn't want to stretch it out as far as it is, because if you look at the Dongfeng 200 SST, which is really like 171 or 170 or 168 displacement. They're tucked in. The motor is tucked in a lot more to the body, just like the 50cc's. But the way I mounted it up and how I had it just worked out for it, and it is what it is. Overall I'm happy with it, so I can't complain. And I think, you know, like I said, I watched people with the 200, and they had complained about vibration issues, and maybe because how it's mounted or the mounts that it comes with, or I don't know, but I haven't had any vibration issues with this bike at all. I mean, minor stuff like I said, the tank here, this bolt here at the top. I took it out and I had a rubber grommet, and I just added my own rubber grommet underneath the bolt, and that was it, because that was the main where I heard vibration at. Other than that, I didn't I don't have any more vibrations. Like, look, this road is 35, and you know, people going 45, 40. And there's nothing wrong with being, you know, behind, doing, you know what your bike is capable of. You just got to do it. Definitely, the 13 grams did raise my RPMs up, but it's not like it changed my top speed or anything. It just gave me more RPMs. Really not supposed to be speeding right there, but you know how it goes. Just wanted to see how fast I can get it. I'm actually about to just turn around. Tight turn, made it. Okay. So yeah, when I'm doing 58, my RPMs didn't even get to 7,500. So not bad. I'll take that. Before it was around 78, 79. So it gives me more room to see what I can do with it. Like I said, I'm not gonna bore it out. The only thing I think I might do is probably put a flat slide carburetor on there, like a OKO or something like that. That doesn't have the auto enrichener on it, give you more power, but I'm gonna have to change my whole throttle cable for that, and I don't know if I want to do that at the moment. So I'm kind of want to space out the miles that I do for it. So it rides, you know. So let me stop speeding. I don't know if you guys see the speed limit, but kind of know how this road goes. Usually not a lot of cops on it around this time of day, so. So, you know, when I do these tests or these runs on these roads, I kind of know, because you guys know, just like I know, this is still registered as a 50. Yeah, the braking does feel a lot better when it comes to when I need to brake faster. So, one other thing that I needed to do was my old decompression tube. I had got a adapter, a dipstick adapter, and it broke. Like, it was plastic, which I should have known was, because the ones I had before was metal. But my fault again. Sorry. basically I was riding, it cracked right at where the hose clamps on, and oil was leaking out, but not too much. I made it back home in time to where nothing, I didn't even have to add oil or anything. It wasn't that much. So right now I have the regular dipstick in there until my adapter, a new adapter comes, a metal one this time, where I don't have that happening. So yeah, just little things, you know. But other than that, man, it's been a great ride with this thing. And I don't know if I'm gonna get a GoPro or action cam or anything. I'm kind of satisfied with what I do with this camera. You know, sometimes if it's not broke, don't fix it, because then I would have to get a mount for my helmet, or I can use the same chest mount, but I mean, a lot of times I just hook this phone up. This is like an older phone, so when I get home, I hook it up to Wi-Fi and upload it up to YouTube, you know, the lazy way. So yeah, the ride is definitely different with the tire. So that was the main thing I wanted to point out in this video. And that's one thing I noticed, people like watching the Motovlogs more than actually, like, I put a video up of me changing the rear tire, or you know, any type of modification. But I got to do it because, like I said, it's logs for myself, what I've done. I like keeping track of what I've done over the, you know, course of a certain amount of time on this bike. And it's just fun. It's fun actually it's rewarding. That's the word I need to use. It's very rewarding when you do something and it works out. Because I remember the first time I did mount up this motor, and before I welded anything, it was just like, oh man, what can I do to not weld it? And the design that I already had was like, you know, pretty much, the design I already had was pretty much like, hey, this is what you got to do. Now you just got to reinforce it. So I had to weld it in order to make it safe to ride, because like I said, I rode it around my neighbor, and I started to realize the bracket was getting weak, and before it failed on me on the road, I was home and I realized I can't ride it like this. So after just trial and error of mounting it up and seeing how it goes, it was just like, now I feel like I have a lot of redundancies, like welding, extra brackets, just, you know, this thing is not coming off at all. So, you know, and then spray paint it, make it look nice. And yeah, but I feel like a 50cc is great, but you see, like the area I'm in, a 150 is better. It's just flat out better than the actual 50. And you know, I just sometimes, like, if you look at back in my older videos, I was like, you know, the big bore kit, this is all I need. Hey, you know what? It kind of was, but I did want more. Let's just say I did want more. I at least wanted to cruise at 50. That was my goal, and it really wasn't that attainable and keeping the motor running as long as, you know, you would like it. Like doing 50 at 6,500 RPM is, you know, is better for the motor. It's not at its max. It's not redline. So that's the whole point. So, because I didn't get the 150 to just, oh, I'm going on the highway or anything like that. Nah, that's not the case. But I can keep up with traffic on every single road that I'm on. So that's a good thing, you know, like, have no problem keeping up with traffic, passing traffic, anything like that with the 150. And I didn't really have to do much with it to get the speeds I'm getting, because I'll see people, you know, they have a top speed of 55 on the 150, but I guess it all goes down to weight too, and how much you weigh. So I'm not that heavy of a guy, so I probably can getting this 60 is not that bad. I get, you know, not that hard or anything like that. So but too, a lot of people want to know what this thing is when they see me. And people say, is that an R6 clone? Or I guess so. It doesn't really look like an R. I guess it does, but a smaller version. So yeah, I'm about to end it now. Well, I'm gonna head to the gas station, get a couple things, head back home. You see, it's like a 40-mile-per-hour road, and just some people just speed. Shit, I'm speeding. It's a little windy. Like I said, it's always windy over here, so when I need to tune my carburetor a little bit. Haven't heard that. But yeah, it definitely feels better sitting higher. I can't stress that enough. So, and I think, and the tire is a Pirelli Angel scooter tire. It cost me like $60 for it on Amazon. So it wasn't that expensive. And the tire shop that mounted it for me, they did my other tires. They only charged me $20, so. My LED light bar is still doing good. Everything is no other electrical issues or anything yet. That's one thing I feel like is going to be the hardest of my working on this bike, is if I have electrical problems that arise that are just too difficult to, you know. I'm not a type of person that like to throw parts at things. I like to figure it out. I mean, that's what I do for a living, so it's only natural that I'm like that with everything. But it's just that, yeah. And I'm sorry I talk about what I do for a living a lot. I just have a lot of work on my mind today. It's just sometimes you just gotta. That's why I ride and try to get it off my mind. I'm telling you, when you run a business, it's not always easy. The stress level that comes with it. But yeah, so I'm about to end this video. But I always like to say thanks for subscribing and liking. You know, you didn't have to. So and I, you know, some people get on YouTube to actually like try to, you know, they want subscribers, I'm sorry if I don't, you know, I look at other people's videos, I'm like, gosh, a lot of people put a lot of thought and effort into their videos, a lot of time and work, and it's like I just record and just upload it. Like, it's not, sometimes I edit it, but it's not that really hard to edit. I mean, when you have an app that does it for you, you know. Yeah, that light projects, man. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys the bike again.